Perfect. Hello everyone, welcome to this particular design hack talk. Today we have very special guest Shiva with us, and he is a user experience designer at AppDynamics. And just for everyone, he has also given a TEDx talk. He's a really great person, and today we're gonna experience a great amount of learning from him. Welcome Shiva. Thanks for taking out your time and thanks for coming on this talk.
Thank you,
Perfect,
Abhay,
over
for
to you.
the introduction, and thank you. Great, and thank you for inviting me to this platform. I think it's a great platform to share your knowledge about design with folks who are interested in design or who are newbies in the design. So I'm really happy to be here. So I won't waste any more time and then start sharing my screen directly. And yeah. So yeah, today we'll be interactions in VUI. Over for recently, to be honest, people on it back in 1960s, and happened since then. So, brief introduction me. I think Abhay already gave a good introduction about me, but I think it's the same. I am currently working as at AppDynamics. I am an architect who turned into a UX designer. So if you have any questions regarding it, I'll be able to answer that. And yes, I talk on speculative design on video games. So whenever we have any loss steps that goes on, some of the steps that some of the steps that we miss to see, and some of the steps that goes behind the screen or behind the machine that we do not. With the first one to start a machine for that. Google for C we have haste. So whenever we say so that it gives you a leading queue. The leading queue is a symbol that by which the user understands that the system is ready to listen to you, and or the system is listening in your utterances. Displays that queue. It also turns on its active listening. So at that stage, the system is actually you speak to it. All of this comes under the gives you a real-time feedback as well. System Google Assistant. This real time as you speaking, it goes on typing the words on the other feedback. It indicates happening to you now, and will be processing. And as soon as the NDQ ends, the system starts processing of the command that you already gave in. And based on that command, the system gives out an action. Now, there's no perfect start and there's no perfect end. And as soon as you output from the user, from the system, it again resets back and another command. So it again waits for the trigger word. So I get this question from many people, like, how do we know whether we want, whether we can use VUI in the application that we are designing? The question, though, is tough to understand, and it depends from context to context. But yeah, there are a certain checklist. If the problem statement that you are working on and satisfy those checklists, I think, and be good enough, like VUI should be good enough for your situation there. So this checklist is provided by Google. So first of all, you need to understand whether it is intuitive or not. So if the user already has a human to human conversation around it, around doing the task, it is intuitive for the user to perform that task using voice user interface. Or if the interaction is brief enough for the user and not much back and forth, it's easy to include VUI in your application. For an example, let's take set an alarm for 5 a.m. Now here, the interaction with the system is very brief. You just give out a single sentence, the system understands, and then sets an alarm for you. And we already have such human to human conversation in our family, right? We ask our friends to wake us up, we ask our family to wake us up. So this command is very intuitive for us, and it's not really difficult. So it's easy to integrate such commands in voice user interfaces. The action should be quick and easy. So many a times we see some of the functions in our GUI, which the graphical user interfaces that we use on our phone or our laptops, require multiple taps or multiple clicks to go around. Or so if that can be solved using VUI is a good fit for that. Navigate from folder to folder in your laptop, or you need to navigate from an application to another application on your phone. If that can be done with VUI is a good fit there. Many times you have to find something on your laptop. It's very difficult. So in those cases, VUI could be helpful for that. Let's say if you want to send a message to ABC or any person, if you had to use GUI, what would you do? You'd unlock your phone, and then you'd search for your messaging app, or your, let's say, WhatsApp, which is more common messaging app that we use. So you'd go to the main menu, or on the home screen, you search for your application. You open the application, you search for the contact to whom you want to send a message. You open that, you go to the chat, you type the message, and then you send. So that's a lot of taps on the screen, right? That's a lot of navigation on your screen, and that's hard to find. You have to find first, you have to find the application in which you want to message, and then you have to find the contact to whom you want to message. All these can be solved using a single sentence when you can just say, send a message to this person writing this. So here VUI saves your time. It's quick and it's easy. So if there's such situation that's arriving in your application, VUI is the right fit. Multitasking. This is an important feature, like important advantage VUI is providing to the people right now. The user can multitask while using VUI. If that's possible, VUI should be used there. Or there are situations where your hands are busy or your eyes are busy, and you need to work on to do some task on your phone or your laptop. If that can be done using VUI is a good fit again. So let's take an example. So if you're driving and you want to navigate to some destination, you could actually just give that command using your voice instead of switching on your phone and then going to the screen and typing the destination and then setting a screen, right? So VUI can help you in multitasking if you have such situations. Yes. An important aspect that you should remember, like whenever you're using VUI, is the user should be comfortable using it. The user should be able to speak freely about the topic that you are using. For example, if you are designing an application for an ATM, the system could ask for ATM pin. Would the user be able to answer that freely? Would the user be like, that would depend on the situation the user is in, right? If the user is in a private space, definitely yes. But if the user is in a public space, I think no. So this could be redundant for your application. So whenever you should whenever you should check whether you want to integrate VUI or you want to use VUI, you should check through them first, and then if you find it suitable, you should go for it. Don't just talk to see on the Venn diagram here. There are two different circles. There's a layover right in the middle. So to actually understand design and actually design for conversational design, you need to have some knowledge of the technology that supports it. And this is true for every design field, right? If you are an architect, you need to have an understanding of the structure before you design a or if you are a fashion designer, you need to have an understanding of the materials that you'll be going to use in the fabrics. Similarly, again in conversational design, you need to have some knowledge about the technology that would support you, so that you know that your design is feasible and it's not science design. So let's look at text that supports VUI. There are three majorly technology that supports VUI. That's automated and speech synthesis. So start speech voice agent or any application view based application. It listens to you, right? It listens to you. Automatic speech recognition. Recognize use written language of speech the entities. For example, if I say set navigate directions to the city center mall, mall is an entity, is not a common English word. It will analyze a command around it, and then it will navigate. And if you say, I want to text this to Mr. X, so Mr. X here is the entity, and it will recognize that from your command and then send a message to Mr. X. That's the job of name entity recognition. Once the job is done,